back to my channel. My name is Calah Jones, for those of you who don't know, and today I filmed a first impressions video for you guys. But I do have to warn you guys, there were a lot of fails in this video. So many fails. But I thought I would still upload this video for you guys so you guys can just see that there are really hit and misses with makeup. Not everything is going to be perfect, and for the longest time I was on a really good slate. I had nothing but good products, no fails, not too many fails, but today was a total different story. I also just recently hauled all of these items in my most recent makeup haul. So yeah, if you guys want to see what products were hits and what products were misses, then just keep on watching. So first I'm going to start off with the Soap & Glory Sexy Mother Pucker Extreme Gloss, just to have something on my lips, and this also is supposed to give you a little bit more of a plum, like a pouty look, I guess. Now we're going to go in with the NYX In Your Element Fire Palette. This is the palette, that's the packaging. This is what the palette looks like, a very pretty warm palette. So the first shade that I'm going to go into is this orange shade right here. I'm going to go for like a fall look. I'm also going to be trying the NYX blending brush. So far there's a lot of kickback. Honestly, I don't know. I don't like the way that it's like blending. I feel like it's just a little bit harder to blend out. It's not moving the way that I want it to. It's not terrible, but I don't know. I don't know if you guys can see it on camera. It's a little bit more blending that I have to do than I would usually have to do. Now I'm just going to go into this red shade right here and lightly. Honestly, I think it's that the palette is so pigmented. That's why it's a little bit harder to move around. That's just what I'm assuming. And I'm going to focus this on my outer corner, but also blend it into the crease just to deepen it up. I'm going to be taking this brown shade right here and just putting that all over my lid. And now going back into that orange shade, I'm just going to be blending that into my crease to just kind of blend everything together. Honestly, don't like this palette. Like, it's so hard to blend out. I think this looks absolutely terrible, but I feel like this is what it's all about as far as like trying new products and stuff. Just like there's gonna be hit or misses, so I have to show you guys the truth and let you guys know when stuff doesn't work for me. So far I'm really not liking this. It's really hard to blend out, but I'm just gonna go with it and keep it going for the sake of the video. Lastly though, I'm going to take this gold shade right here and just place that in my inner corner. Okay, I think I need a more like dense brush because that didn't do anything. I don't like this at all. Even the glitter, it's just like glitter everywhere. It's no like color payoff really. Like you have to pack it in order to even get the color payoff. Moving on, I had a brow product, so I'm going to use the Colourpop Brow Boss Gel. This is supposed to be a clear brow gel. I just recently told you guys how I was feeling brow gel, so I'm really excited to try this. This is what it looks like. So that's a little bit shocking. The spoolie is pretty small, so you know that's different, but let's just go ahead and go with it. I'm going to place this on my brows. And that's definitely not clear. It shows up white at first, but you can blend it in. I don't know how I'm feeling about this right now. Not bad. I'm not mad at how it laid that brow down. I actually like how this laid my brows down. Moving on to foundation, I have the number 7 Stay Perfect foundation. This foundation is supposed to be for all skin types, a medium coverage, non-complexion, perfection, all day wear foundation. It has sunscreen and SPF 15. But looking at this, I know it's going to be a little bit too dark for me. This is in the shade Hazelnut. So we're just going to shake this up. And I also have my Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation in the shade Cocoa. This is a little bit more my shade. So I'm going to mix the two together because, like, I already know. So honestly, looking at this, I can already tell this is way too dark. So I'm going to have to say that that was a fail, because when I was trying the foundations on in the store, there really wasn't a good shade range to begin with, but that was honestly the closest one to me. So I can go back and see, and hopefully there's another shade for me. Moving on to concealer, hopefully this lightens it up a little bit. I have the Colourpop No Filter concealers. I have the shade Golden 40 and Tan 50, and I'm going to be mixing the two. So overall, I like that concealer, but again, I think the shade range is just a little bit off. But those I bought online, so of course, sometimes online, the shades don't look like they do online. So I'll probably have to go back online and see some other colors and try something else out. But overall, I like the way the concealer looks. So that's a plus. I also have the same concealer in the shade Rich 75. So I'm going to use that to contour. I actually really like this shade to contour with as well. I feel like it would look even better if I was wearing a foundation that matched my skin tone, because this is probably like a shade darker than this foundation. So I feel like if I had my foundation that matched me, this would just look a tad bit more prettier. But I do like the way it looks, and I like the way it kind of like evened out my face and made it look not too crazy. So I don't have a new like setting powder to try, so I'm going to be just using my Laura Mercier translucent setting powder to set under my eyes, and I'm also going to be using my Wet n Wild face pressed powder to set the rest of my face. I'm going to go ahead and speed through that so I can move on to another first impression. While my face is baking, I have a new bronzer to try. I have the Colourpop Pressed powder bronzer. This is in the shade Bits and Pieces. This is what it looks like. I think this is going to be so pretty, but I'm going to go in with a light hand because it is a little bit on the red side. Okay, so I love this. This is the one thing that I absolutely love. Wouldn't change anything about it. I love the color. I love the pigmentation. I love the formula. I think it's just such a pretty bronzer. This is definitely what I've been missing in my life. If you are a loyal subscriber and you've been following me and you faithfully like watch all of my videos, then you would know that I have been on a hunt for like a bomb ass bronzer for the longest time. So this is just so amazing, and yes, this is the best. Colourpop, you did your thing. So now I'm just going to set the rest of my face with my Wet n Wild pressed powder. The next product that I have is from Physicians Formula, and it is a bronze booster. This is in the shade medium to dark. And I honestly thought this was going to be like a really pretty bronzer, but when I got home and got the chance to like swatch it, it honestly looks more like a highlighter. Like it has like a bronzy, it's not showing, like a glow to it. So that's what I'm going to use this as, because I'm not putting this and ruining my bronzer. So what I'm gonna do is set my face with the Milani Make It Dewy setting spray. I like to spray my face before I put on my highlighter because I feel like it just gives me that extra pop. It's definitely bronzy. Like this would have never looked good as a bronzer because you see like that sheen, but it's just too dark. So I probably should have just got the light shade, but I didn't know that it was gonna be a highlighter instead of a bronzer. This is technically, I would say it's technically a fail because this isn't what I thought it was gonna be, and I don't love it as a highlighter. Like I definitely see a little bit of a glow, but I'm not loving this. I'm gonna go in with my Laura Geller Gilded Honey highlighter, and hopefully this saves the day, but I know it will because this is my baby. That's more like it. And then I'm going to finish off this look with some of my L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara. And then I'm just going to set my face again. And that is all for my first impressions video. Basically, almost everything was a fail. I really hate my eyeshadow like more than anything. I cannot wait to take this off. I just feel like it was really hard to blend out. The colors just didn't want to move, and they just didn't move the way that most shadows do for me. I don't know. This was just very different. You guys know, usually I'm pretty good. Like, usually my products come out, I have a few misses, but they're mostly all hits. So this is like different for me. So my mind is like blown right now. Like I just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe almost everything didn't work. Other than that, the foundation I think it's pretty. I wish that it was my skin shade though, and I would definitely have to wear it a little bit longer throughout the day to like really let you guys know. So I will let you guys know what I think. The next product that I want to talk about is the Physicians Formula bronzer. This is definitely not a bronzer, and I'm very sad because I thought for once this was going to be a product from Physicians Formula that a woman of color could purchase, but it's not. I know they have the butter bronzer that everybody raves about, well, everyone of a lighter skin complexion raves about because that's what they can use, and I've always wondered like how their bronzers are. So when I seen this, I'm like, yes, this is something for us. But this definitely is not a bronzer. It is way too shimmery, and it's not a pop-in enough shimmer to even use as a highlighter. So I don't know what you can use this for. I really don't like it. Honestly, everything that I got from Colourpop I really like. Those are probably the only products that I do like. These concealers blended out really nicely, and at first I thought the colors were a little bit too light. I'm like, oh my gosh, they look a little bit crazy. But after setting everything and the powders and all of that, I actually really like this concealer. I feel like it looks really nice. It really made my under eyes look good, and so far so good. Even the contour looks really nice. And this bronzer, I suggest this bronzer if you are of a deep or dark complexion. This bronzer is so bomb on like so many levels. Honestly, I bet you like all of them are bomb. So if no matter what complexion you are, just I wouldn't get this one. Go on Colourpop. This is like an $8 bronzer, and try out this bronzer. Like, this is bomb. So bomb. And yes, that pretty much sums everything up for this first impressions. If you guys like this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. Also, do not forget to subscribe to my channel and click the bell button so you guys are notified when I upload new videos. And comment down below any other video ideas you guys want to see. I've noticed that my subscribers are growing, so there's a lot of new people. So make sure you guys are commenting down below what you guys want to see on this channel. And yeah, I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.